Hi everyone, welcome in. Welcome in. Nice to have you here. Let's give everybody a chance to get in. We'll get started here. Just unpacking from my little trip away. I hope you were able to catch that live read yesterday. And we'll just get all of our things put back where it belongs. Thank you, Spirit. I had a wonderful opportunity yesterday to console someone that was grieving where I was out shopping, and they turned to me and asked for me to basically pray for them. I sat there with them for a minute and called down spirits on them and asked for some protection, just like we do here. Just like we do here together. What we're going to do right now, asking Archangel Michael to draw down some protection over all of us just now as we begin this read and get started with this Wednesday general read. Get all of our tools put back where they belong. I took all of my decks of cards with me. If you were here for the read yesterday, you know we went down the whole list. Got some really amazing real-time read going on yesterday. It was intense and really covered a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. So glad if you were able to make it for that. Listen, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat. Let me know where you're visiting from. And this will be a general read for any time, for any signs. And just sit back and enjoy the ride. Let what applies to you resonate. And if it doesn't resonate with you, then leave it for someone else to enjoy. And remember to come back to these readings, in a week or 2 weeks or a month from now. And allow the information that you've gleaned in real time to calibrate with what you've learned from previous readings, and use that to calibrate your intuition going forward. Let's see here. Just trying to get everything back in order. Good. I'm Cece. This is Angel Radio Tarot. Thank you so much for joining me. Just getting settled into a general read here on Wednesday. It's anytime, anywhere, anybody read. Hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat and let me know where you're hailing from. And I hope you're enjoying this Pisces and Lenten season. This year aligns so many global religions, global spiritual practices are aligning during this 6 weeks this year. As I told you guys when we were coming into the last Hallow season that it was going to be a big player year. Big player year. Big energy. Got some room here to get into. We're going to do the live chat so I can see what you guys are chatting. Hit those boosts for me there, just like you see there. And that helps the channel grow. And if you're interested in making a financial contribution to the channel until it's matured on YouTube, you can send your cash to Angel Radio Tarot on Venmo. But you'll only ever find my videos on Angel Radio Tarot on YouTube. So don't give your money away to somebody else thinking it's me. But definitely send your dollars, send your pennies, send your hundos. It helps the channel, and it does support me while the channel is growing. Okay. I'm going to do some stones here. Rune stones. It's going to be a little loud. And then we'll do some archetypes in the guidebook. So I'm going to read this just like a bingo card. and then advise you on the degree of which of these factors are playing in for you here. I hope you're doing well. You look great from here. You smell amazing. Let's see. Yeah, whatever you're just into just there is confirmation. I don't know what you just settled down into. I'm reading from my high vibe tribe. If there's confirmation, if there's negativity here, you know, flip it where it goes. If you're in a positive space, then this is about who your conflict is coming into you, or if there's something coming up for you. What are we doing? That was a downward facing. Okay. Almost there. There's a lot going on here. It's going to be a thorough read. Yeah. It's not just the sign, but the degree as well. It's going to give us just as much of a varied picture here. So there was some travel planned. You may have had travel planned recently. Hi, Zaram. Hi, nice to have you in the room. Make sure everything's jiving. Yeah, great. All the technical stuff is dialed in here. Thanks for joining me. Let's see. Dead Gauze, Dawn. There was a breakthrough here, and this is part of the Jack with the travel. There's something happened where you had plans, and they had to change entirely. Like you bought airplane tickets, like it got that far along for it to be completely canceled out of nowhere. What happened? What happened? There were some secrets held from you about what your cost in this was going to be. Someone thought you could handle it without talking to you about it, and that was not the honorable thing to do. They knew that they were going to be kind of, for his expenses they were asking you to lay out to go and do something on maybe their behalf. They were not really cluing you into how much this was going to cost, or it's like you got all the way there and figured out that they really asked you there to give up something else. Something about your peace and prosperity there. What is that? Yeah, they're trying to pour your abundance into their pocket. I think the term is called pocket watching. What is this secret though? It's like they were going to pickpocket you from your heritage, or from some kind of savings account, like you've got a personal savings. You rip you out of your life savings. Yeah, really shitty behavior. Really shitty behavior. That's confirmed on the secrets. This pleasure at your expense. They may have wanted to travel on your dime. Yeah. Yep, living out their fantasies through you. Someone trying to have their hot girl summer while they're acting like they're with you. Yeah, because you got wrath, and that's subdued, but that peace and prosperity is not yours, along with the secretive being in full, absolutely full correct position. It's, they wanted to travel with you, kind of leisure on your expense, and this doesn't have to be cash, this could be favor. They wanted to piggyback, and then sort of make plans for you to pay for and not invite you, or only invite you along so that, because what they want to do, somebody else involved just upgraded a little bit and they can't keep up without you. So now they have to invite you along. Yeah, enemies, mankind, self, enemies is, and the social order is just turned on, absolutely on its head. Yeah. Yeah, see, their fantasies, these aren't your dreams you're living out. These are their dreams that they want you to live out. And this year of prosperity should be sitting sideways. And it's just totally like somebody else's entirely. Somebody else's entirely. And it's this hidden wrath of nature in a fully secretive mode that worries me. Like they're going to put you in a bind, like get you hemmed up, visiting and away from home, already having to pay for everything, ratchet up, and then throw a temper tantrum while you guys are out and caught out. It's like they're going to try to catch you out. But you're already paid. You're the only one that has any cash to pay for anything. So it's like this little temper tantrum in front of, it's not going to be your people either. Thank you for the hearts. That does help the channel. Yeah, there's no honor or justice here. None. They're not even trying. They're not even trying. So you're going to, see, this is the part that bothers me, is you're seated so firmly in this position of strength that you're not even willing to admit that they're kind of fucking you over. You can afford to roll with it. And you're like, oh yeah, I know, but I could be a dick about it. But no, you need to be holding better boundaries than that. Or they will milk you dry. This is about your heritage right here. And it might be about your good name. That I get too. It's going to be about your good name. People around you are not going to have any respect for you. You're going to lose your opportunity just by associating with this. Basically, you've got a gold digger on your hands. You've got a gold digger on your hands. They just want to leisure and party. Someone the other day just suggested to me, I hadn't considered that saying that you're a woman of leisure or a lady of leisure. I had no idea that that was a term used for prostitutes. And so when I reached retirement age, I was going around kind of like some lady of leisure. Let's see. When I retired, I still, when I became disabled and could no longer work, yeah, I've gotten so, you might be in a place where you're candy coating the reality for yourself here. That's what it is. Yeah, look at it, fell out. And on the Lover sideways, you've got the what is this? We've got a lot going on. So that came out on the Lover sideways here. So you're ignoring your own red flags. Like, you know your own behavior. When you start doing stuff that's not good for you, and it doesn't have anything to do with the other person, it doesn't have anything to do with sabotaging the relationship to get out of it. This is strictly, God, those hearts are amazing. That's so cool. You're not even trying to get out of it. You just kind of, I don't know what this is. Like, you have some lazy habits in relationships. We're gonna have to look up Kairos right here. You're being looked at slantwise, right? Somebody's going, really? Spirit's going, really? It's like you're stepping on your own dick, walking back into your own cyclic behavior because you're bored. Yeah, this is the nectar. This is your little secret addiction. This is your little scab picking that you like to do. It's so gross. This is your little scab picking that you keep all to yourself. 14:14 on the clock, if that's you. What's Spirit trying to tell you here? What is Spirit trying to tell you here with this picking? With this is giving definitely self-defeating energy here. Whew. I want to keep veil on, but it's too hot. It's warming up where I am today. We're getting the first little flush of spring. We're getting the first little flush of spring here. This dropped out right away. I didn't want to read it, but somebody's being judged for this behavior. I can't get out of this phase where you may be just getting kind of hi Michelle Martinez, getting like you're judging yourself for what you're doing. It's like sitting around picking your own nose, being grossed out by picking your own nose, but you're alone in your own place and you're sitting on the couch, and yeah, you've probably got something to be hygienic about it, but you really don't. You just don't care. You just don't care. It's not scab picking. Let's see. Yeah, your self-regulator is off kilter, like by this much. Okay, we're doing this by degree read here. Your self-governor is about, what is that? Like 150 degrees off. You might even be slouching. I'm seeing some slouching. Yeah, you drank your own Kool-Aid right there. The venom. You've got, the venom is your own venom. You bit yourself with your own habit. There's something. What's going on? This is a period of rest for you. This is your downtime. You're taking some recharge. The river is flowing, or what are we? I read that upside down. What is going on? The river's not stagnant. You've taken time out on a promise. Shapeshifter, crossing a different threshold and going into the shadow. Someone here is crossing over into the dark side in meditation in order to access the enemy's intentions for them. Is someone here maybe cross-reading for someone that's in their life? This lover? They're looking, are you looking at, oh, I get it. You're in a partnership right now and you just looked over on the couch and saw your partner there that completely forgot you were even in the room, and they're sitting there picking their nose while they're watching TV. And you were just like, questioning your promises, really feeling stuck, and totally judging what used to be the nectar. Because the nectar, oh my God, these cards just keep unfolding on themselves. Kairos here, that's you looking at them. You caught them doing something they didn't think anybody was in the room, and you're embarrassed for them. You're like embarrassed to be with them. Oh, yeah, you've reached you're reaching the threshold. So threshold is here. You're right about here. You're just about back up on center. You don't know who this person is anymore in front of you. The shapeshifter and the vow. You're really questioning. You're really just like, oh, wow. No, I need to get the fuck up out of here. And it's like the shadow is now turned on its head. So you were illuminated. And getting the fuck up out of here. So we've got paired cards here all the way through to Kairos, and this brings us back to the condition of being in a relationship. What's going to happen with paralleling the lover card here? Because as you can see, it's like we've gone down the chakras and they're coming right back up the other side with their solution. Because we're matching the venom of this with being flatlined in the relationship. Okay, and then the offering itself was the vows, and that's just like, oh, I don't even want that anymore. The threshold is we're judging the situation, and we are judging it as we're at the fucking threshold. These are all the different phases here. The nectar of this, you used to find this person irresistible, and now you're just like getting this bad energy shapeshifter. Like, who the fuck are you? And now we're at this, you took that deep, long look after the glance. You took that sidelong look and you peered into it and you realized you don't want to be here. So what is, but you have this lover slot in your relationship, or like in your life. You want a relationship. You just looking up, realizing you might be, I'm getting somebody just realized that this was their cuffing mate. 2020 on the clock. We just hit it right for somebody. So you've been with your cuffing partner since last fall, since cuffing season. All over the floor. All over the floor. Oh, the Poet and Anima Mundi. I'm going to look that up. But they had you, like, you knew, but they were so charming. They were like 15 minutes into being charming. It was enough to hook you. And you turned it into, 15 minutes into being a temple for you. It's giving, like, romantic 15 minutes of fame. And it's run its course. Which is, the flavor of the cuffing season. No way you were thinking about a ring. But at one point you wondered, how are we going back down here? The Poet. Yes, the Poet was this lover. Or there might be someone that has kind of revived the romance for you in the romantic part of, someone's caught your eye. And you're making this person the new 15 minutes of fame. We're coming back down again. The Ring. You are definitely trying to, like, look into the darkness to find out what you want your mate to be. Who is this person that you need to give your ring to? The sweetness that now is this shape-shifted energy, this negativity. You're looking for someone that you don't have to fight with. The Sword. You're looking for someone that you don't have all of this conflict with. This resistance. Like, oh God, yeah. The Judge. At the threshold, you're taking on this warrior energy. I can't make this up. You might even be going into same-sex options. But you were taking this head on. Like, ha 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 ha. And what's just above it is this Anima Mundi. We're going to look that up. And I have a feeling this has to do with you absolutely fighting for your sexual liberties. Like, you got in this relationship with this person, and it's like they either want to fight or fuck. And they stopped fucking you 4 months ago, about 2 months into the relationship. And now all you guys do is fight. There is no more fun to be had with this. And it's not a 6-month relationship. They're only a 4-month person or a 2-month person. That's all they've got in them. What am I going? Oh, now really. There it is. Overwhelmed by the bigness of existence. Going deeper. It's about drawing on change through Anima Mundi. The life and the paintings of Hilma af Klint. This is about unveiling, a process of unveiling your resistance to love, to general agape love, to universal love. It's the energy behind the World card in the tarot deck. Universal unity, completeness, the embrace, like embracing your destiny kind of thing. Embracing the trueness, what your voice is. This is about you getting your groove back. This whole read, because it was topping over judgment, and this was self-judgment. What used to be exterior judgment became self-judgment, became fighting for righteousness in order to get this mojo back in order to get this true self back. And then here we have 2 cards for the last 2 slots. The offerings, the vow, becomes a different kind of gem. It becomes like, instead of the standard gem that you're accustomed to seeking out or accustomed to gaining approval for, it's going to be something completely different. And you're at the point now, at the heart of it. Yeah, the venom and the flow is the this is a beautiful read. The venom and the flatline flow of it is about getting your heart back. But this gem, what it looks like material wise, it's not going to look like anything that you've ever done before or is expecting, and you don't care. You don't care. It's going to look so weird. It's so slapped together, kind of a little spice of everything, and nothing in any kind of a combination of like what your Midwest palate anybody could ever recognize as being wholesome or healthy, or even just like, people do that? How did you get somebody to agree to that? It's just gonna be, you'll find other people who, this is like, yeah, this is how you do it. This is what they mean when they say this is what we do. That's what they're doing. I really like this for you. This is definitely on a sexual liberation end here, for sure. Like personal proclamation, personal kind of manifest destiny. Let's get some more of this here. Now, what about these? Runes are hurting my head. There's too much static on the runes. We've moved out of an earth energy. It's definitely like a water on the air kind of energy. Hi, Iman. Nice to have you here. Good to have you again. Good to see you. I'm craving earth energy right now. I'm craving earth energy. I'm craving grounding. Craving grounding. Like electrical, I want to put my feet in the dirt. This isn't barefoot in the grass. This is electrical grounding. I don't know how else to say it. It's just too much static in the air. That's why I want the air to have moisture in it. A lot of static in the air. What we got there? Shit. Someone's longing for a chance to talk to you. Someone's stuck at home, or they're living at home. They're not able to show themselves. Look under your desk, certainly. Someone's taking facial recognition of you through your phone right now. Or you might have a phone hack. They don't want you to look directly at them. They want you to look side to side, and they're not very many times. They don't need you to do it too often, but they be mindful of being prompted toward unusual movements. Like if you're somewhere in a crowd and someone thinks you're sexy and says, raise your hand up in the air. And you do this, and then they go, no, hold your hand up there. It's because they're cueing someone else onto you. They're making you perform so that they can mark something off for someone else. 2929. Don't disregard people's unusual behaviors. They're either... If you say hello to someone and they pick up their phone and do this, and they put their phone down and go, hi, how are you? They just took your fucking picture, okay? They just took your picture. And your head's going, no, that's not what they did. Because to take your picture like that is really fucking weird. It's creepy. It's like, what the fuck are you doing right now? And what are you going to do with that picture? And why do you want to take my picture anyway? I don't even fucking know you. But it's that kind of energy. That kind of, like, don't ignore people doing weird shit in front of you. This isn't about omens or they're being paranoid, you're being paranoid. This is about people are being really fucking creepy in front of you, and you need to call them out on it when you see them do it. Tell me the truth. Like, you know. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what I'm getting. That's exactly what I'm getting. Yep. Who am I talking to right now? Because you saw it happen. Don't jump to conclusions. Everything's fine. Someone's just a little curious about your capacities. No, someone's gaslighting you. They're gaslighting you. The cat jumped upon the table or the cat jumped up on the table? Which one was it? Yeah, stop the music. Let's think of a game. You call them out, catches them trying to play games with you. And what's the hardest thing for someone gaslighting you? What is the biggest stumbling block for a gaslighter's gaslighting? 3131 is to say, stop doing that. I see what you're doing right there. Stop that. I saw what you did there. I heard your words. Don't talk to me that way. What do you mean? You know exactly what I mean. We both heard what came out of your face. I don't need an interpreter, and I'm not going to lean on being polite about it. Don't talk to me that way. Absolutely call them out. Put the fucking brakes on the gaslighting. You absolutely being encouraged to put the brakes on the gaslighting. And it's a power exchange. Okay? Don't worry about trying to be polite. If you were wrong, it will be evident, and you will have ample time to then apologize for that. Someone says, I see a car, but they don't see a car. They just, like, they're playing the color game with you. Like, I see something red. I spy with my little eye. Oh, I want to slap a bitch right now. Somebody just playing games. No, we don't do that. Don't do that. Stop that. I will slap the stupid off your face. Talk straight, or we don't do business. What the fuck are you doing right now is often enough. What are you doing right now? Because it forces them to examine really quick to try to find an excuse when their mind was on doing the thing while they were doing the thing. And if you hurry up and call them out right there when they're doing it, but you don't have to call them out exactly. Because if you name it, they'll just name it something else. You just say, what do you think you're doing right now? And it puts the brakes on everything. And if you don't believe them, if they continue to double down and it goes, that. What is that? What is that you just put on the table? No, we're talking about that. We don't talk about it because anything else is bullshit. We're talking about that. What was that? Stay inside if it rains. And this card came straight to it. Stay inside if it rains. Cry about it on the way home. If you don't like that this is how we do this here, don't bring your shit over here. I saw a cat. Yeah, I see a car, but when the cars were flipped and they had to bring it straight to you again, this is prompt. Spirit doesn't ever just use one tool. They're going to give us... It's education, demonstration, and practicum. So we're going to see the third one. You're going to get a third opportunity here. Spirit is instructing us on how we're going to be reading these cards. We're going to get the prompt of the social circumstance. We're going to get a confirmation right back up in the way it was to confirm our intuition. So the next time we see that pattern, I bet we're going to get confirmation on the larger message here. It is so. It is more. There's more to this. And here's our pattern. It went out with the small stuff. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't worry about the detail, because the omens and the patterns will reveal themselves. Don't get caught up in how the message gets to you. Trust the message. Trust that this is the message you intend to receive. All right. He is taller than his brother. So who have you met that was tall, but they're tall in spirit? And you may think you've dealt with this person, but there's someone bigger that is standing behind them, instructing them, and that person is the one that's interested in you. Yes. Let's get confirmation on the other direction, please. We're going for it is, or it's, this is possessive, it's more. It's more what? This one is not a human, it's a big, taller brother. He is taller than his brother. These are entities we're talking about. Yes, say. Speak, Spirit. We're waiting. Straight up. Something was lost. What was lost, Spirit? Can you tell us what was lost? Do we need to scry? Thank you for the hearts. Make. It wants us to make something. Spirit says it wants us to make. Are we making? Stop the music. Stop the music. What was under here? Way. Okay, well, we just broke pattern, so that's where we stop. So, yeah. Spirit wants us to stop the music. So we are, I don't want to scry. Fine. Come on. Oh, it's got a little balloon tape in there. It's making it stick. It should be sliding around and shrinking so I can pull it out. There we go. Okay. Put those there. We have a word here today that came up before I started reading it. Peevish. And we're going to look it up in our book here in the Merriam-Webster's just to get the full formal definition. But not right now. Ooh. Something about putting my computer away. Something about putting the screen away while I'm doing this. Spirit doesn't want it. Spirit does not want me to. Wow. Okay, well, we'll keep going. We set out to scry. See, I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. Hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat and let me know where you're hollering from. And hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going to be coming up next. And then that, too, will remind you to come back and re-watch some of these programs so you can calibrate your own intuition from what you've learned since that particular reading was broadcast. So if you're going through or you come across some of my readings that don't seem very current, go ahead and watch them and see what resonates. That's what we're doing. We're going to scry. I have totally lock this up. Damn. I'm going to leave a book out so we can mark some keywords while we're scrying. And this is a message directly from Spirit. You can consider it a download. Everything's weird. Everything's kind of out of whack right now. Like I'm trying too hard. Like you're trying too hard. Someone's trying too hard. Someone's just trying too hard. There we go. Someone's just really trying too hard. Om pan me ping ping ho, pan me ping ping ho. Om pan me ping ping ho, om pan me ping ping ho. Right, we're going wild, wild. Let's see what's going on over Florida. Anything exciting? Anywhere around the Gulf of Mexico? Got something over Corpus Christi. Yeah, hugging El Campo. Wharton. Just outside of Houston, stopped dead. Yeah, look at that. Katie, I'm getting a pickup on Katie. Hello, Katie. We're getting word references from Spirit. Spirit is addressing me by Spirit name. You got it. Confirmation. Every little mistake. It's just not that I'm trying to read or trying to bounce, but if I throw the pen on purpose, it has still come out with some indication somewhere. Not of what I'm thinking of, but it just called me Katie. So we are spot on. Spirit is dialed into our scry. Spirit, what do you have for us? Tuba City, Navajo. Tuba City. Is that a military base? Oh, no, that's Navajo Nation. Hopi Nation. I was thinking of, well, there's the base in Edwards. That's the airplane cemetery. I think it's in California. That's where airplanes go to die. Valine. So Spirit's using the map to pull names for us. Crap. Valkyrie. Yeah, I know. Easy, yep. This is why you don't see Scry much on YouTube. It's because it's quiet. I'm just waiting for Spirit to drop something here. I'm watching the tip of the pencil. And yes, I am using a pencil. It's a piece of carbon. Oh, what is it? Memphis. Boulevard. That's outside of Jackson, Tennessee. There's another Savannah there. You might have a name, Savannah. What am I getting? Millington is where? Brownsville, Millington, Jackson, Tennessee. What's going on there? That's definitely got some action right there. Bartlett Boulevard, Millington, Tennessee. Bartlett and Millington are right on the state line, just outside of Memphis. Okay, well, I didn't. Germantown. Okay, Germantown. There's Germantown, Washington, D.C. Thank you, Spirit. Someone you've got business with. Someone from your past. Someone you have been in home. They're in their home with them. Is someone you've worked with closely. You've been in a like a master apprentice relationship with them. We've got a sneaky card here. What's going on? King of Pentacles. There's going to be a secret payout for you. Some kind of payout. Yeah, celebration. Cause for celebration right there. It's going to be, yeah. A cause for celebration for you. Responsibilities and burdens are going to be lifted from you. Thank God. You just got delightfully fired from a job you hate. If anybody was worried about leaving it, it was maybe you were worried about there not being someone competent enough to take your place. Or that's the only reason that's why you had to do that job, because there wasn't anybody else that could do the job. And even you doubted that, but it's true. Everybody decided that you were the one for that job. Yeah. Even though you were financially rewarded for this significantly, you still felt just incredibly unsure of yourself. That's the whole point, though. You were the most qualified and you were still unsure of yourself. That's why you were chosen to do that task. That's why you were chosen to do that. It's like a heroic thing, because it needed doing, and it could not be done without you. It just couldn't. There wasn't anybody else to do it. There wasn't anybody else to fit in. There wasn't anybody else to fit the job or to fill the role in the way you did. Like there was nobody else that could have. Oh, I freaking hate you, Spirit. I'm having revelations. As much as it sucked, you were the strongest person we could find. Heartbreak, emotional pain, and yes, the job required you to get crushed. Why would anybody do this? There was a bigger plan involved. You may have even volunteered for this and just don't remember. You had to be cut off in order to fulfill this mission. You had to be completely severed from support and be forced to forget who you were and have to come back to this in secret that even you couldn't betray in your own mind. Like that's how behind enemy lines you were put. You had to completely forget. You could not divulge your own secrets that you don't know. Yeah, lack of vision. It would have been lack of leadership and overbearance, but it's this lack of vision. It was intended that you should, and this is the way you set it up before you jumped. You made them do it this way. Oh my God, it was the only way that you could manifest a new beginning. You couldn't get caught. You couldn't get caught with the information. And if you remembered it, they would have been able to pull it out of you. You were holding the secret. It's getting sleeper agent. It's giving big time sleeper agent. Be mindful of your own thoughts. Be mindful of the thoughts coming to you. New ideas, new inspirations. These things are being fed to you. Don't be a fool. You are being manipulated for the whole thing. This is the whole thing lays in the balance right now. Look at that motherfucking devil card right there. Bringing in wants you to get off of your center and go try new shit. Come on, come back out here and play. We got some good stuff out. We got some new stuff you've never tried before. We got some brand new stuff on the shelf. You're gonna love it. It's got Sony guts you like. Yeah. Yeah, you're being advised to freaking duck and cover. Hide the fuck out. You hide. Don't even be shy about it. Just fucking pull a blanket over your head and hide. There's some balance and difficult choices that you're going to be making for clarity that it's going to bring you the stability that you require. Hermit mode, given hermit mode, but you can't afford to go hermit right now. You have to stay alert. There's a greed. They're, oh my God. Will they just fucking let it go? Jeez, assholes. There is this whole new wave of inspiration that is based in greed and materialism and unfulfilled desires and cyclic existence and self-sabotage. But no, it's the best new thing. And they're trying to just drive the message home to try to inspire you. What happens when you inspire? You act. And they want you to act, and they can't get you to do it. To 5151, they can't get you to do it. They just can't get you to do it. They can't get you to do it. You might be the sleeper agent. You might have been so programmed to just respond to circumstance. And you're being prompted like they've always prompted you. And you're not picking up where they're putting down. And for one, they're still in shock that it isn't working. So you have the advantage of surprise. Also secret too. Because, they're accustomed to this freaking paying out for them. And it doesn't work anymore. Dependency, overspending. They're used to just like coming in and plunking in the quarter for the dispense machine that is your face and getting whatever they want from you just by like pat, 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 okay. Yeah. Transition, moving on. There's like, no, that doesn't work anymore. It just doesn't work anymore. It used to. Yeah, it used to. Pat me on the head, tell me I'm a good girl, and I'll smile and be real sweet, and I'll bake you a cake. And I'll kiss you, and I'll probably get on a knee if you're cute enough. That kind of shit. They know you so well that they know, and they think it's because you're stupid, but it's just you have simple tastes. You don't need complicated drama bullshit. You don't need shit reinvented every 5 months. Slow and steady wins the race. To them, without drama, it looks like you don't have any personality. No, you just have a longer vision, and you enjoy being still and quiet for as long as you can. But they're ready. They're ready to. You're ready to get back into this emotional stability, this calmness, this balance. Like you've had enough, and honestly. Facing consequences now. They are facing consequences now. And it feels like you are the one getting punished, but they're the ones facing the consequence of having completely disregarded like normal human behavior. Okay? You're dealing with somebody that doesn't they'll have any experience in. They've never sat still long enough to reap the benefits of delayed gratification. Oh my God. Can you hear me say that? The person you're dealing with has never sat still long enough to actually experience any benefit of delayed gratification. 5454 coming up on your revelation here. That's just insane. That's just insane. You're dealing with someone in a state of withdrawal. I don't know what the hell's going down in Bartlett and Millington, but damn. That's some crackhead behavior. Let's scry for our next location. See where in the United States we'll be reading for next. Hey, if you are new to the room, hit that subscribe button so you can join the chat. And then hit the notification bell so you know when I'm coming up next. And then so you don't forget all about me being here 5 months from now when you're wondering, I wonder if what the fuck ever happened? And come back and check out the channel from a few months or a few weeks or even a few days ago and calibrate your intuition. Because you know it takes time. Everything will be illuminated. Where else in the United States? In southern Canada, northern Mexico. We're in southern Canada here around Ontario. What do we got going on here? So stuck on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I thought we were going into the Canadian border at Atikokan or Thunder Bay. Isle Royale in Lake Superior. Or Grand Marais, Eli and Babbitt. Just right there in the northeastern corner of Minnesota. Canada. Yeah, we're crossing right around there. Absolutely. I wish you could see this, but the phone doesn't quite catch it. Yeah, right there at the corner. If you were in Minnesota, Wisconsin, or in Ontario, I don't know. Pigeon, what is that? Pigeon River goes into Lake Superior, and we're talking about there's this where Minnesota meets Canada. There is Isle Royale, and then Thunder Bay in Canada, and then Grand Marais, where the mouth comes out, where the mouth of Pigeon comes out into Lake Superior. Something going on right there. I'm getting actual visions of like I want to say like sawgrass in the open mouth of the river. There's sawgrass. What is that? Spirit's really excited about that. We're right on it. Something's lost inside the sawgrass there. What I'm getting is like the visions of, if you go down in the toe of Louisiana and you're fishing south of New Orleans, you take Chef Montour Highway, down, south, as far as it'll go. You get down to people living in still houses on the sawgrass flats. There's a place called Pip's Place. And you launch from there if they're still in business, but you're out on the levees. Yeah. Yeah. And you're way out there in the toe. Yuma, Thibodaux, south of Metairie. You go south of Metairie, south of New Orleans? No, it's before that. You're going to go Slidell into New Orleans. You're going to cross over to Pontchartrain. You take Chef Montour Highway east, because you're going to go out. If you're on the map, it's east, opens up into the Gulf of Mexico. And you're going to take the Chef Montour Highway out there. And it's going to take you way out into the toe. And you're going to be going almost northeast, east, from the mouth of the Pontchartrain. But you got to get on the south side of the Pontchartrain open first. Something about, yeah, taking Chef Montour Highway down there as far as it'll go. And you launch in a flat bottom 16-foot aluminum John boat. Some of the best damn fishing you'll ever have. I'm going to give away some secrets here. Chartreuse rubber cuckahoe with a white head and a green eye, or a white head and a green head and a get me going. Where were we up here upstate? What was going on? There was a relationship there with the mouth of pigeon. And down here around the end of, and you look, and they're almost on they are exact same meridian. Just a few clicks east of 90 degrees. I'll be damned. What's going on there? Somebody's up to no good. Somebody's up to no good. What goes through there? Nothing out of there. You got to go 55 up through Jackson. 50, that's a hot mess going all the way up there. Would you end up going through Missouri? Illinois? Oh, yep. You fellas working out of Chicago, y'all need to get better at that. Ain't nobody fooled. If I can figure that shit out, so can they. You ain't fooling nobody, honey. You ain't fooling nobody. And I don't know nothing, but I know that your attention is on that route. Somebody is moving. Yep. Yep. And when you can't get one way down there, you turn your ass up the other way. And I ain't getting into that conversation. We've got the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords. We got somebody dialing up on this line here, trying to mess around with some hijinks and jackassery on Mama CC's time, on Mama CC's dime. Don't implicate me, fool. You ain't that cute. I ain't that cute. I ain't going to jail for you. Y'all got what you needed out of me right there. Now, since I did that, I don't want your money. Whoever the fuck that was. Most people will go, all right, now I need to get paid. No, bitch, I ain't making no deals during Lent. You ain't getting my deal. I ain't making no Crossroads deal for you. Nope. That was a freebie. Don't come back around. Don't come back around. Don't come back here. You ain't got to go home, but you can't stay here. All right. We're getting a nice spread here. We'll watch the cards. Make sure you can see everything here. We've got the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Swords with the Knight of Pentacles down here on his ass with a big fat fucking tower moment. What the hell, man? What the hell? Now, on a different note, we've got the 4 of Cups, the Hierophant. And what this tower moment don't want you to know is this is going to be a big fat payout. We need 3 sets here. We're going for 3 sets of 4. Come on, Spirit, tell me about it. Look at that. Look at that. 4 of Pentacles right here. And then we're going to start the next deck with the Hermit. You're coming out of seclusion. You're about to go into the community. You're about to make a whole different kind of splash, introduction, impression. The old crowd is going to see you in this new space, and they're going to stand back because they know they can't approach you here. They'll stand back and take their proper place with this new identity that you carry. They're going to stand back because in the real world, if you weren't somebody that they knew, they'd never come near you. They'd never have the balls. They never have it. That's a very specific, that's not something I would say normally. It's too vulgar. So it's somebody that is accustomed to being a little bit vulgar with you. Like that's how they exercise their power in social settings, is they'll go ahead and cross that line. Make everybody a little uncomfortable. That's their shtick. That's how they do. Yeah. So yeah, they try to play this emperor, but they're not. They're fucking around. They want you to think they're the emperor, but we're going to hold that off sideways here. Because they're not quite the hermit. It's like it's giving a victim energy. Like they're not really a victim, but I have a very specific person in mind here. This is giving like older guy. Yeah, there's judgment, and it's self-judgment. Older guy, active, like physically active boomer, but he likes to make jokes, self-deprecating jokes. And nobody does that shit anymore. Like that stopped with boomers. Nobody thinks that's cute. It's self-deprecating. You're victim baiting. Nobody wants to play that game with you. And the only person that would is somebody that wants to pretend like they're your mom. Nobody wants to be your fucking mom, dude. That's over. The hangman's upside down. So while this might not be a tower moment, this is going to be like judgment, and we don't do that anymore. We don't do that anymore. You know, you'd think that the hangman would be some kind of ego shift. And it's not. It's us having to say, take your finger out of the light socket, honey. You're too old. Nobody believes that you don't know what you're doing. Yeah. Nobody believes that you don't know what you're doing. Whoever you're dealing with. Is this kind of overgrown, petulant, boomer male energy that it's just kind of tacky, grabby, grown man baby business. Petulance. The Hierophant doesn't want to have to change, but wants his cups filled, wants everything put on the table there. So it's like not even, just like fucking rude. And they think it's cute. Petulance. They're just petulance. There's 4 of Cups, and then the 4 of Pentacles upside down. Let's read that. Read that shit. What the fuck over? How about read that shit? Read that shit out loud. Why don't you read this passage out loud, Greg? No, go ahead and read it for the class, Greg. Always talking about, oh yeah, dude, nobody loves the fat kid. Talking about himself all the time, trying to make people. It's the trying to make people all the fucking time. Always trying to make people respond some way. It's petulance. It is 4 of Cups. It is, oh, I didn't want the brown chocolate milk. I wanted the dark brown chocolate milk. No, you can't add chocolate to this. It's ruined. You did it wrong. It's broken forever. Hour on the clock. Yeah, whatever. This was confirmation that you're dealing with a grown-ass man, baby. Yeah. This dude rents. This is a dusty. Sit in your Queen of Pentacles, honey. You are dealing with a dusty. Plain and simple. You are dealing with a freaking dusty. Hi, blessings. Nice to have you here. Come on. What is this? I can't. This has got me on a short temper. 4 of Cups is now upside down, and we've got the 8 of Swords crying about it. Butthurt. So butthurt. I really don't like this energy. I have so little patience for this kind of energy. Novelty, presage, new relation, new instruction, and new relations. And then the Eight of Swords. Bad news, chagrin, crisis, censure, power, and trammels. That's the thing. They don't have any control anymore. Butthurt. Also sickness. This is giving, like, dude crashing out and ugly crying until he throws up on his own snot. What the fuck? What the actual... And then Four of Pentacles. Here we go again. Four of Cups and Four of Pentacles. What an asshole. Suspense, delay, opposition. Yeah, and they're just, like, hung. Does not want to fucking move on. You were sitting in this Queen of Pentacles, and they were going, but baby, see what, but baby. 11, 11, 11. It's past the see what happy was phase into this just like straight out begging, dragged out, crashed out, ugly cry, slobbering, snotty nose, green 11s, justice. Fair game, man. Fair game. Give zero fucks. Giving zero fucks. And just like, see if we can focus the card. Will it focus? No. Yeah, it's just giving tra-la, tra-la, tra-la. Don't care. Don't care. Who are you? Oh, don't care. We've met. Bye. That's what it's giving. Bye. Yeah. Six of Swords. Just moved the fuck along. Done. 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 Fucking done. Over it. Done. Yeah. This is somebody that's going to come back in 2 weeks, and their glow up is just going to be a change of costume. And they have lots of this. They have... Hi, Howard. You prick. They have lots of little costumes. And they don't... None of it is them. They don't enjoy these outfits. They have a costume for each person in their life so that they can play dress up with a different ego. And it's not schizophrenic. This is Machiavellian. It's not a mental disorder. It's a social disorder. Knight of Pentacles. We have an important message coming in about... What? We've got a spirit team guide coming in. Time has stopped. On the opposing side, on this parallel dimension, from the Knight of Pentacles, spirit team is watching closely. Spirit team sent this Knight of Pentacles in. And they're watching closely on this side of the veil, illuminating the spirit realm. See, this Knight of Pentacles is almost moving in a dream. But you see the spirit animal behind here? And it's all of this kind of otherworldly, half-asleep dream state going on around him. This smoky... Is it, there's a smoky offering? Is this gin? Oh, we don't have gin anymore. Oh, temperance. We have control. It's getting like, number one, you have the calm. So we're having some transfer of energy go on. A transfer of controls between the realms. There's 4 realms happening right here. We have this, like, this animal, earth, spirit realm. Spirit animals, you know, Princess Mononoke energy. And then we have time. the big galactic entity time. Then we are sitting over here in temperance, corporeal form, physical, physics, the physics of our reality, where we're sitting in this manifested corporeal form. And then the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is divine in persona. Comes as the humble messenger. Comes as drummer boy, not magi. In a daze, in a sleep, being guided, completely submissive to divine for the mission. Probably prayed to have an angel enter. Prayed for an angel to allow this vessel to be used to intercede for good. This messenger probably, if you saw them and asked them later about, that thing we were talking about, and get very excited like you're talking about magic, they won't have any recollection of this at all. Someone's going to come in with a message of adoration. Do not trust them. Whoever this is, they're bringing in messages of adoration. And on the spirit realm, there is an evil witch, or there is a dark working, like black magic witch that is bringing in this devastating celebration circumstance. I'm getting like overindulgence and sexual assault. Catching you out at the after party of your debut. Turning some kind of amazing, positive, life-changing, monumental event for you into the worst night of your life by plucking you at the moment of the peak, the height of celebration in that night, and pulling you off into a dark corner and assaulting you and destroying all of your joy associated with the accomplishment. That kind of Machiavellian, that's a nasty bitch right there. And she's going to wait until you are beside yourself, delighted, going to pretend, going to be right there in the build-up, all the way up. Not a BFF. This is like a manager. They are in your orbit, but will never be mistaken for wanting to fangirl on you because they hate you so much already. Yeah, this is like it's giving like Cheney would never run for office because he had too much power behind the scenes. Nasty, nasty, nasty. So this is coming in together because this high priestess in her dark phase, this dark witch, and has some juice. Definitely has some juice. For sure it has some influence. Now, whether or not it has any actual, there's some legitimate power on the astral plane from this person. And they do have the power to influence, manifest social dynamics. That's where their power comes in. That's the kind of witch they are. They're not crafty. They can whisper into people's ears. They don't do sympathetic magic. They do mind manipulations and astral projections. They do, if they were going to do a love spell of some kind, they wouldn't use, even if they did use herbs, Ace of Cups, even if they did use herbs or Smex magic or something else with it, they know that the true power behind their magic is their will of their intention. And they're powerful. They're powerful. They can make some shit happen. They definitely can make some shit. They have been able to get people to do stuff for them that they know darn well they have whispered into somebody's ear and produced and manifested, or produced the impulse to manifest that. They are full well aware. Now, how does this Ace of Cups play in? I gotta quit putting my book away. How does this Ace of Cups come in? Well, our Ace of Cups, this is you, the house of the true heart, joy, content, abode, nourishment, abundance, fertility, holy table, felicity thereof. This holy table, this is your time entity. So you're being encouraged to stay the course and let time work its consequences. I've been marching around the house all day yesterday saying shit like, try Jesus, I fight back, I'll throw these hands, and I got a record, try me. And there was something about that. Ace of Cups. This holiness, this intention behind what you're doing as being natural, as being the abundance and fertility of it, because it's a holy table. Well, you don't get to a holy or a grace if your intention is poisoned by greed or by hostility or by dysfunction or by lack of willpower. You don't get to a state of grace by harboring ill will. So yeah, this high priestess inverted here with this trickery, wanting to catch you at something, or wanting to create your downfall, wanting to create your win so that they can take it away from you. That's what it is. And all of this junk just fell out. What about this? You're not a fool. We've got the Knight of Swords, Judgment, another bitch here, Queen of Swords, and the Knight of Wands, which they're probably working together. Why this Judgment is turned down with the Knight of Swords. So we've got the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords. She thinks she has the ultimate call. But this Judgment is on her. See, she thinks she's upright. Okay? But where I'm sitting, her Knight is working against her. And this Judgment is being laid on her. And my Knight of Swords is being attacked on her. And where she thought I was sitting in this stupid place, I'm playing dumb. Knight of Wands. It's this this flip-floppy illusion. Like every time they think that they've got you caught up, you don't even have to sidestep. It's just you take the phone and you hit the flip button, and instead of flipping it this way and they get to look at themselves, it flips them this way and they're completely disoriented. Knight of Wands. That's the page. I'm craving buffalo wings. Crispy barbecue chicken. Knight of Wands. There's a departure, absence, flight, emigration, a dark young man, friendly, a change of residence. And then this Queen of Swords, her companion, and for sure is her companion. He's sitting on the other side of her. Malice, bigotry, artifice, prudery, bale, deceit. And so this bale, the being baleful, she's sitting around just ruminating. Absolutely ruminating at her disgust of the world. not a happy person. Now, this judgment that she's trying to take command of, it just doesn't land. She throws it out there. She's accustomed to having people respond to it, but it's not landing. But for us, it is. For the here is her judgment, being judged on her. And for her, that's we're in the upright as the fool being judged. But from my seat here, we've got the fool is pushing all the energy that way, pushing the judgment back onto her because we're just not picking it up. And then the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, which is supposed to be her emissary, but she partnered with this dark Knight of Wands. She had her private ne'er-do-good. Like, she thinks that the Knight of Swords is her henchman, right? But she treats him like a subordinate. Now, this is the Knight of Wands, is who she secretly goes and gets on her knees to because they go and do her special bidding. And so this is her dark knight. The Knight of Swords. For me, what she's intending for me to feel is incapacity, extravagance, and impotence. Like, I don't belong. I'm having to overspend. I've blown all my savings. I've shot my wad. But no, what is really here is her getting this all reflected back onto her. With skill, bravery, capacity, defense, wrath, war, destruction, opposition, resistance, ruin. This sense that the card signifies death, and it carries this meaning only in its proximity to other cards of fatality, which sitting right next to judgment just drives all of this power right up her skirts. And you don't have to do anything but sit there and, what? I'm just a dumb little girl sitting over here. You said so. I didn't do that. I don't have the power to do that. And it's true. I'm a huge fan of giving people enough rope to hang themselves. Huge fan. That is such a pleasure to watch. Oh, hi everyone. It's come in since I've been running my gums. Thank you for joining Angel Radio Tarot. I'm Cece. It's such a pleasure to be here with you this afternoon. I'm going to give a shout out. Hi, happy watching. Halama Sadia. Halama Sadia. Nice to have you all here. Wonderful, wonderful to have you. Let me pull back my what am I doing here? Hey, if you want to support the channel right now, you can make a big fat contribution over at my Venmo account at Angel Radio Tarot. And if you want to support the channel on YouTube here, keep on hitting that subscribe button and pump up all those cartoons. Those help the channel, all the little hypes. Come back and swipe over and actually use the hype points. Have you ever tried that? You slide the comments to one side. I know it works after the live stream is over. I don't know if it works during the live stream. But you just slide the little comments over, and there'll be other little dots up there, and one of those dots will be a hype button. That really blasts the channel through. And then the number of hours that you spend the channel just playing. Let it play in the background and listen to it while you're doing chores and whatnot. And it just, right now, we're trying to reach the next benchmark of how many hours the channel is played. So you just let it play in the background for me there, and that sure helped the channel out a lot. Let's see what else we got going on. I'm going to pull up my Venmo, pull up all my stuffs here. Get that going here. We're going to read a little bit more. Yeah. I'm just getting some beautiful sunshine here today. I'm so glad you're here with me. Let me know where you're visiting from. Okay. What are we going to get here? We get the vocabularium. Oh, listen to that. Something. Somebody called something. Oh, somebody is being told to take a bath. Like, I'm not being rude. It's balneology is the science of therapeutic use of baths. Let's see. Come on. Okay. Just looking. There we go. So we got, what are our words? We're going to get a couple of words here. I have been just flipping through the dictionary and landing on some pretty rich shit. It's been pretty deep over here. Again, manus is the digital segment of the vertebrate forelimb from carpus to terminus, i.e. the hand. That word is manus, M-A-N-U-S. Then the vocabularium is always growing. Some of you, let's see, there's a baba, a rich cake soaked in rum or sugar syrup. So a rum cake. And then acanthus is a prickly herb of the Mediterranean. You'll also often see modeled at the top of Corinthian pilasters, of columns, tops of columns. Ahimsa, it is Sanskrit for non-injury, the Hindu or Buddhist doctrine of refraining from harming a living being. And then banderole, a long, narrow, forked flag or streamer, long scroll with an inscription or a device, like old medieval ribbons that were tied to the tops of festival poles. Long streamers with the split forked end cut into it with words across it, or some kind of long scroll with an inscription. Let's see. Okay, so someone's going to take, someone is definitely taking action with the Manus card here. Someone is taking personal action on something happening. This Baba suggests that there might be something in your food. They're going to be using their hands and slipping something into your food. This is the devil's tail, that banderole. And this is someone that is trying to roofie you by putting this prickly substance in your food or drink, and then acting like, what, it didn't hurt you. It didn't hurt. It didn't make you sick or nothing. It just might be a friend of yours. Yeah, but somebody's going to slip something in your food or drink and then try to play it off like it was no big deal, which, of course, somebody that would roofie you, that's what they would say. Happy Illy, I love these cartoons, but the cartoons I was talking about was if you hit that, like where the heart and the hundo and the little things down there, that is what they call interactions or something. Here, I'll show you. On the bottom right, on the bottom of your screen, there'll be a heart right next to the edge of the comments. And then when you scroll over it, there'll be hearts and smiley faces and celebration balloons, or what is it, a party horn and some stuff. And then the surprise, it's like 5 little emojis right there you get to pick from. And every time you hit that thing, when you do it, that's like that's 6-7 blams that YouTube picks up as unique interactions that count toward the channel growing. So just tap the hell out of those little cartoons. There you go. There you go. That's how it works. Somebody fouled something up for you. Do we know who? Someone that was trying to someone who was trying to take up a little bit of the slack for you, and they fucked something up. Improvised. They were trying to improvise some assistance for you and messed up. I actually damn near knocked an old lady down the other day. I was coming out of a building with double doors, and they were super slow, elderly couple. She goes through. I didn't see her step to the right once they got through the threshold. I'm watching him. And a lady with a baby walks up behind me, so I go and it's going to swing the second door open, and just like totally heel clip that old broad in front of me. I felt so bad because I couldn't get on the other side of the glass because he's right there. Oh my God, I felt so bad. So as soon as I could get everyone untangled, I was apologizing to her and realized I'd gone through it and let it close behind me, right onto a young woman with a brand new baby in her arms. It was a clusterfuck, and it was all me. Let's see. A cocher is someone who helps with a midwifing or assists with a birth. And ablation is the surgical removal or loss of a body part by vaporing. Someone here may be having unexpected maternity emergency where they're going to have to get an extra hand. Somebody's going to need to lend an extra hand. Ad-libbing on you might go into labor and you can't get to the hospital, and you're going to have a midwife, or you're going to have somebody helping you while you're going into labor, but you're going to have to go to the hospital because there's something complicated here where you're going to need a physician's assistance, like some minor complication, but it'd be like, oh, you can't get the cord cut, or something's just weird about the placenta, or your bleeding's not stopping like you think it should, or nothing life-threatening, but it's not something you just like, oh, it'll fall off when it's ready. No, you need to go and get, that's what it is. You don't ignore this minor complication if you're having a home birth. And as much as you would like to, one that assists at the birth, the midwife or the OB, take their advice that you need to have this other person involved because there's some complication. If they're telling you that this is outside of their pay grade, and they know who does do this and takes care of this kind of thing, yeah, don't try to push your doctor into something they're not comfortable handling for you. They're going to tell you if they're not capable. And that's what it is too. I don't think that they're trying to funnel you into some system. There's a gathering place, especially in ancient Greek market, also small money, or a shekel, agora. You may have to pay out a little bit extra for a second opinion. But do not ignore the call for you to see a specialist or a surgeon or someone that can handle this delivery. And I'm getting, especially, this is after the fact because of this ad-lib card and this fourth compartment of the stomach. We're talking about a maternity here. We're talking about a maternity here, and the first card we had was there's a fuck up here. Something's about to get balled up. So yes, go to the gathering place. That's the hospital. And deal with this surgically like you need to. You may have to have a cesarean is what it's looking like. Because surgical removal, loss of a body part by melting or vaporizing, like a glacier or the outside of a nose cone. So yeah, this is giving like you're to have this baby is going to involve surgery somehow. I don't think that you're going to have to be like knocked out. But yeah, it's giving cesarean. Scorched, burned, sunburnt. This is a dust. So there's often procedures like, especially if you have a hemorrhage, there's procedures like the LEEP procedure where they'll cauterize areas inside the relating or concerned with earning a living. Banao sick. Some of you might be in the business already, or you're in the medical field, and you are not able to make this medical decision for yourself. You are too close to it. Or your partner is in this situation and you are a physician or a sister, a relative, close, intimate family member, and you're not able, you don't get to make this decision. You're too close to it. Yeah, and abstruse. It's really difficult for you to wrap your head around that idea. Difficulty to understand or comprehend. And the Latin is to conceal. So you're blinded right now. You're just blind. You're too close to this. And what is this card here? Huh. You're starting to reconsider your relationship with your maker. Not having this control, this is so difficult for you to understand, for you to wrap your head around. This is so deep in abstruse that you've gone agnostic. Like, this is shaking your faith. Either you are agnostic and this is making you get down on your knees and pray, or you were a person of faith and realized that your faith was not very strong, because right now nothing else matters, and you're mad at God. I think either way you're mad at God because you're powerless. Wow, that has been a great read. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here at Angel Radio Tarot. Today is Wednesday, May. Wow, I'm jumping ahead. February the 25th. I'm so glad you were able to join me here. It's been a beautiful sunny day, and we've had a wonderful general read. Enjoy this again. Make sure you come back to the channel and check back here with this reading and see how it laid out for you over the next coming weeks. And let me know how it turned out. If any of this applied to you, I'd love to hear from you and hear your stories and hear how these readings have affected you and maybe helped you or warned you. It'd be great to hear about what goes on in your life. You're very much a part of mine. I'm so glad you were here with me today. Come back soon, and we'll see you again. I'm Cece with Angel Radio Tarot. Take care now. Bye-bye. It seems we've stood and talked like this before.